So I've been in the vending business nearly 20 years. I started with the Coca-Cola system at Coca-Cola Enterprises, where I actually had responsibilities for all the way from filling of the vending machines all the way to eventually owning the strategy and the overall go-to-market approach. 2 years ago, I was afforded the opportunity to come over to Accent Food Services, and which I've been able to move into the President CEO role, effective January 1 of 2015. The biggest change that I've seen since getting in the industry is really just the consumer piece, where for so long it was client-based. It's now more consumer-driven, as they have a much bigger voice, which has caused us to have to expand product and portfolio offering, equipment and technology, micro markets, new OCS delivery systems, water and ice have all kind of evolved as the consumer has had a much stronger voice in how we go to market. The biggest challenge in my professional career is always about keeping up to speed to market and ultimately delivering that through our people. When we go to business every single day, we often have great ideas, but it's how you're able to take those great ideas and bring them to life through people. All the way from recruiting the right talent, training development of that talent, change management and that process of buy-in and what's in it from them, and ultimately being able to deliver that solution to the end user, which is the client or consumer base. What I see 5 years down the road is us going from a business that was nearing the end of its life cycle as we were attached to the vending box, and one now that understands the power in which we have in the marketplace as consumers demand more products, more differentiated experiences, when they want it, where they want it, and how they want it delivered. And we are the best at small drop distribution. This opens up many opportunities beyond what we currently do, and one I'd specifically speak to is the micro market opportunity. Yes, the opportunity is still to drive profitable, sustainable growth through this channel through food, beverage, and snacks. But now that we're within that footprint, why stop there? I'm really excited about being within that new design of how we go to market with the consumer and allow them to pull us into new product lines. Retail products, convenience products, etc. We will be where the consumers are the most, outside of their home, which gives us a unique opportunity to capture more of their share of their wallet. And that's what I'm really excited about the future of the industry. Knowing what I know today about my career and all the opportunities it's afforded me, I probably would have jumped over to the operator side sooner. I was very, very committed to the Coca-Cola system, and I'm very appreciative of everything it's done for me and given as far as experience, knowledge, opportunity. But within the 2 years of being on this side of the business, I just feel that much closer to people, to the consumer. I feel like you've got better control and autonomy of where you might go, and that's really reignited my career and my passion for this industry. It's why I got back in after departing for a very short while, and I look forward to many years for that to come. If one of my 3 boys came to me today and said that they wanted to start a vending business, I would applaud them. It would first of all be very humbling for me as a father to see that any one of my children would want to follow in the footsteps that I've kind of decided to take for my career. This is an exciting time for us. The channel is on fire, and we have more verticals, more opportunities to grow and sustain a viable business for many years to come. We're seeing it across the globe in other parts of the world where small drop distribution aligned with small retail stores with limited interaction, giving the consumer what they want, that this model does work, and that it's the future business. So very excited if they were to come, and I would obviously welcome them with open arms and figure out what I could do to support them in their endeavor. What's the best advice I've ever gotten from somebody? Well, I could go a couple directions, but I think all of us should always be aware of our blind spots. I had a very fast-paced, opportunistic career when I was in the Coca-Cola system, but I didn't always recognize or understand my blind spots. And what are blind spots? They're those behaviors, those personality defects, I guess, to the broader society that may or may not fit in how you approach people, how you approach a situation or a process. So I think it's important for us, especially as leaders in the industry, to really understand what's behind us that we can't see, that we have an ability to impact, that might make us more effective, bring more people on board, and obviously sustain our objectives. Advice for an operator that's potentially struggling or unable to find their way forward, a couple things. Number one, look back at how you got to where you are today. This is an industry that was once driven by payphones, and it's evolved, and if you look at the timeline of where we've come, you've obviously had a successful journey. And you first got to ask yourself, am I ready for the next leg of the journey? And can I sustain some of the barriers or hurdles that might come before me? If you're able to meet those two challenges, and what I would tell you is that don't live in fear. Yes, micro markets are a challenge. They're different. You'll figure it out, just like you figured out a conversion from cup to a can to a 20 ounce. And excuse me for using that, but that's nearly 18 years of my life in the beverage side. But as an organization, put strong people around you, believe in your faith and what you're doing, and go after it like you did that first day when you got in the business.